Scott Brown here. Welcome to another exciting episode. So
What kind of like leers down at you?
yeah. It's 2026 and we're back after an extended break. We have been off for the last month and a half, and in that time we've been camping, been working on the house.
We both got quite sick.
We got sick as well.
There's been a lot of rain, a lot of wind, but 2 glorious weeks where we went camping.
Hi Ray. We're in paradise.
Scott Brown here.
Scott Brown here.
Welcome to another
Exciting episode.
What are we building today?
Let's find out.
So many tomatoes, oh my god.
Oh my
the most delicious tomatoes. I have to give some of these tomatoes away. Don't need them all. My neighbour said that I've ruined him. He can't buy tomatoes anymore because mine are so good.
Alright. What are our big plans for the year? Jessica?
Alright, Robo Scott. The bathroom!
The bathroom.
Which,
We said that last year.
We say that every year,
It
but
took longer than we expected.
this time we mean it. We're giving ourselves a time frame, a deadline. We have to get it done by a certain date, and a big reason for that is A, we need a bathroom, but B, we have decided to go back to Japan and catch up with our mate Nikita, a follow up on her 100-year-old farmhouse and her Ryokan guest house, and see where she's at.
If you haven't seen any of our Japan videos from 2024, we'll put a link below. There's some very exciting episodes there. We made like 5 videos.
And we're also going to go back to, well, really where it all started, technically, Scotland. We're going back to Edinburgh.
I was born in Scotland, and that's actually where I first started making YouTube videos as well. So they're on the channel if you want to check them out. But we're going back to Scotland this year too.
You've done well, Paul.
Yeah?
the view one more time, Scott.
I'll give you 10 out of 10.
I'm going to miss that view so much.
By the way, you didn't want to swim in there, you'd be dodging the jobbies.
No, that's the
And
plan.
no pressure, but we got to get the bathroom done.
Well, yeah, we can't expect anyone to house sit for us if there is a hole in the floor and no functioning bathroom.
Well, hello there, Jess.
Yeah, I was just thinking that that's awfully private. When you're showering, little peek window. The conditions of staying with us is, do you like being watched in the shower? If yes, come on down.
But the first thing we had to do before starting the bathroom was build a separate toilet. And we've done it. Oh, you look so relaxed there, Jess. In your
Do
new
not
toilet.
include this in the video. It looks like I've just taken a It always feels weird to say, come look at my toilet, but come look at my toilet. It's very small. I don't know how it's going to look on camera, but it's so nice in here. So when did you finish it? We finished it 2 days before Christmas, which was great because my parents came to stay. And Scott was up until, oh man, I think it was like the day before the plumber came. Scott was doing the second coat of the paint. And you were up till something like 1 AM, I think. Yeah. But there's this like funny, slightly uneven patch on the wall where poor Scott was so tired and he started painting this wall and he just went too far back and he leant against the wall and got paint all down his back. So it's like a little patina to remember where we've been, what we did, you know? The floor's looking amazing, the sink looks super cool. We went for brush nickel finishes, which I think look really warm because the room is quite warm. I mean, it's quite a narrow space in here, so we chose this sink because you just slide the door past the sink. We don't have a handle.
Another thing that's incomplete.
Yeah, well, that's okay. These things are minor.
But this morning, though, we did get some lights. The sound of a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah, us Sparkies really love to run a vacuum cleaner, eh?
Yeah? I thought I'd film it, otherwise people might not believe it. Moment of truth.
Maybe don't record this, eh? Oh, precision.
Expert.
We can actually see what we're doing. Don't have to wear a head torch in there.
It all works, you can film it. No. It should slowly See that?
Stop.
Small touches, eh?
That is so nice. Thank you to Switch Lighting for sponsoring these lights and giving them to us for free. So hashtag ad gifted. Amazing. Like Phil said, you can tell they're better quality.
Yeah.
And thanks to Phil for just being cool.
No worries.
Yeah.
So easy, anytime.
So there are definitely a few things I need to do still. This blank space here will be a nice mirror with some reno framing around it. And I have to do that for the architrave as well. And by the way, look how cool this vent is. Yeah, that's a plaster in vent. So my mate Brad did the plastering, and this has like a mesh frame around it, and you just plaster it right in. So that'll be hooked up to ventilation eventually as well, and we'll also put a door handle. If you're wondering where we got the paint from, shout out to Dulux. They supplied the paint for free, and it's called Salty Seeds, if you're wondering.
And who picked that colour, Scott? And who said
No comment.
And who said no, that's not the colour that I want? And who was wrong?
I don't know.
Because it looks great.
Our neighbour said it looks like a ryokan, a Japanese guest house, which is a big
A
compliment.
big compliment. You didn't answer my question though. Who was right?
Now, as for the bathroom itself, we have settled on a lot of the things, and we've purchased a lot of the things, including the tiles. But the main problem is the size of them. They're 100 millimeters, which means you have 100 tiles per square meter.
And it doesn't come in this like set of 6. It's individual tiles.
Individual tiles.
Yeah.
That's a lot of labour.
Yeah, possibly in hindsight, had we really thought about this, we would have picked a larger tile because of the labour cost.
Yeah.
But we just like them.
We do.
I like them so much. And no, we're not going to tile ourselves because we're not tilers. I don't think we do a very good job. The tiles were expensive, so it seems pointless to spend a lot of money on the tile and then
Plus,
do a poor job.
I'd probably spend a whole month doing it if I try and do it to a good standard.
That'd be a month of very boring videos. It'd just be every week it'd be Scott screaming.
Struggling to tile. So we'd like to pay a professional. We haven't settled on a professional. We've only got one quote so far.
Because we can't find him.
And that quote was very high. So we're trying to figure that part out. That's the last sort of part of the puzzle in terms of buying things ahead of the job.
Because we've got everything else. We've got all the taps, the toilets.
And we've even made a start. We've pulled out the toilet and the basin. We're saying goodbye to the brown toilet. Bye, brown toilet. We've only had you for 4 years, but you've served many a person for decades. Goodbye, brown toilet. Oh yeah, and bye, vanity. I have no fondness for you. You're way too low. You gave me a backache. See you later. A new pot for your garden, Jess.
Absolutely not.
You're not doing that?
No. No, that is going to the dump.
There is one thing in the bathroom that we haven't ripped out though.
So we're only going to pull the shower out at the absolute last minute because the second this bad boy's gone, we're showering outside or sponge bathing. Although the neighbour has offered for us to use a shower, but she does not want to see us every night. So that's sort of the fear with the tiling, right? Because we'll rip this out and probably at the point where we need a tiler.
Yeah.
And if that gets delayed, it's just like a longer time without a shower.
Especially if I'm slowly tiling.
We've also been really lucky because we've had more time with this bathroom. We actually managed to get a few things in the project sponsored, which helps us also give them for free, which helps us out hugely. We'll talk more about each of those things as we install them, as we use them and why we like them. And then obviously each of those things, which saves us money, goes towards the tiling budget.
Yeah. Pretty easy.
Yeah. Not as bad as I maybe thought.
Oh, the door's not
Shit. Oh, don't really consider that. Oh, you did it all over my flouncy. Oh, yeah. Solid wood.
Yeah.
Are we wearing masks?
Well,
I just kind of wanted to punch some holes in the wall, actually.
Oh, really?
Kind of. There we go.
There you go.
A nail sticking out there. You're brave, just shoving your arm down a hole, like an abyss like that.
I actually need like a pipe.
You what?
Need something to cut a pipe.
Like what?
Like a saw, like a... Oh, duh. One of these. There we go.
I assume the pipe's disconnected.
Yes, I checked that. That's what I was feeling under there for. Bit of copper.
Can't you get money for that?
Yep. Look how solid this is, by the way. That's solid steel. That's what held up that floating toilet. Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
That's what held up that floating toilet. A big, solid piece of steel. Oh, it's got a brand here.
Can you get money for that?
Dunno. Kensington. Sounds English to me.
Can you get money for steel? Surely.
Who knows?
Put it towards the tiling budget.
Mate. Look at that. Now, I don't like to judge carpenters of the past based on our current standards because it's not fair to them. Just like if somebody's watching this video in 50 years, laughing at the way I build, I hope they give me a bit of charity and go, well, that's just how they built at the time. But then there's exceptions like this wall here. So whoever put this window in, I think they took an old window out that probably started here and went beyond the shower here. And what they've done is they've just cut that stud clean. And the stud would have gone down there, but they've cut it out and they've put a board underneath it that goes over to here, and then they've just filled in all this timber around. They've used a whole tree worth of timber on this wall. And then they did a little token installation at the bottom. But yeah, that's some crafty building work.
Is that a euphemism?
So my guess is they've tried to avoid touching the cladding, and in that effort they've just made it really, really complicated. And now it looks like a Jenga tower in there. Ridiculous.
Oh yeah? What are you trying to say?
Shut up. So the demo is the easy part, and it's a bit of a bomb site in my workshop because we've been doing the hard part. I've been building windows. Kind of look. See, look here. I built this window. So on that external bathroom wall, all those windows are changing, and I'm putting this long one here in their place. And I built that myself, along with the office window, which we've already put into the wall there. My friend Robbie helped me with that. And of course, these things are coming up in a future exciting episode. We're going to start off with the building of these two windows, and I'll be going into a lot more detail about how these windows are built and why they're built this way. And then we'll do a video installing them. So that's what's keeping me busy at the moment, because the bathroom cannot truly start until the external wall is complete. So if you look at our future bathroom layout, you can see where the window is over here on the left, behind the vanity. So not only are we going to try and build that vanity, we're also building the window over here. If you have any window building questions, please let me know in the comments below, because I'm still working on that video. And that'll be out next week. So we ended on a strange note last year. We were quite knackered, and our break was a long one, 6 weeks, but there were a lot of ups and downs over that break. Family stuff, nothing to do with our house or the channel or anything. But I feel ready for this year, and we've committed to things. We've booked all the travel stuff. That's definitely happening. And as you've just seen, we're getting ready for the bathroom, and that's definitely happening too. It's one of those years where I truly don't know how I'll feel this time next year, because I think we're going to have a lot of new experiences, which is exciting. So make sure you subscribe for all the upcoming projects. We just hit 460,000 subscribers as well, which is nothing to sneeze at. Crazy to think of, actually. When I started, 5 people were watching the channel, if that. A few years later, here we are. Alright, see you in the next exciting episode. It's a job.
I know. What are we doing with our lives?